Already one Sparta 123. Today I'm going to be doing a video update on the CNH Precision optic plate. So I know this is a video a lot of you guys have been waiting for, but wanted to go ahead and do my due diligence and run enough rounds through it to make sure that this is in fact squared away. And so without further ado, let's get into it. Last time I filmed the video, I explained to you guys that I was having issues after 400 to 500 rounds of testing, with about a quarter of that to 20% of that roughly being carry ammo, and the majority of the remainder of that being 124 NATO, which is similar to plus P pressures and all that stuff, right? So after that video was filmed, I went ahead and I actually backed the main mounting screw out again, and I went ahead and went back to Loctite 262 per Dawson's installation recommendations for the original system. Reason being, I never went to that to begin with. I am coming from Glocks. Glocks traditionally are just blue Loctite. Granted, I wasn't running an optic plate of any variety, so I was like, well, this isn't the Dawson system, so let me just go to what I always run, which is blue Loctite. I will tell you right now, do not use blue Loctite. Another buddy of mine that I mentioned, I believe, in the last video, got his 21 Staccato, and he also went with his CNH optic plate, as I mentioned, because Staccato is selling it separately now. And he went with blue Loctite initially and had the same issues that I had run into at the time of the last filming of the video. He has since also gone to Loctite 262 and has reported no more issues. I believe he's only got 100 or 200 rounds through his since the switch. I've got about 400 to 500 through this since the switch. This did go with me to Alliance a couple weeks ago here in July. At the time of this filming, this is August 1st. And it did go with me to take the Forged Tactical Individual CQB. For the alumni of that class, you'll know that's not a very big shooting course. But what this did actually go through in that course, and it got rained on really, really heavily. Second day of the course, it was downpouring pretty much the whole day of class, and this thing saw quite a bit of moisture, and I'm happy to report that, as you can see from the witness mark in the back there, it has not moved. After that class, and again, because I haven't updated the video because I wanted to get some more time on it, I've since put a couple of 100 rounds through it, so that's why I said 400 to 500 or so total. And I'm happy to report 0 issues. Has not moved. Again, mounting screw in the rear, if you can see the witness mark, has not moved. So again, happy to report that as of right now, this is good to go. And again, even though this isn't a Dawson system, follow the Dawson recommendations for mounting and use Loctite 262. If you have any doubts on how to put or how much Loctite you need to put, or any questions, matter of fact, just go look at the Dawson video, because that stuff you really don't want to put a whole lot of it, because you could really get stuff stuck. So just do your due diligence, watch that video. I had did that initially with the original Duo system. I never had any issues with that, and I wanted to switch to this just to get lower sighting systems. And then, of course, what I have noticed, it helps iron out a couple of the presentation anomalies that I would see, especially coming off of a Glock platform and having the difference in grip angle. The dot is not so much out of my window if I happen to jack up my presentation. So again, as of right now, I'm going to go ahead and give this a thumbs up. If anything changes, then I will be sure to post back here. But yeah, go ahead and pull the trigger on it. Like I said, I like it. I had the couple bobbles because I went to blue Loctite, and to quote Hilton Yam, it's not a Glock, so don't treat it like one. Touche. That also applies to don't follow your traditional Glock mounting solutions or methodologies for something that's not a Glock. Makes sense to me. So in summary, go ahead and, like I said, go ahead and buy it. I like it a lot. It helps with some of the presentation anomalies, like I said. Aesthetically, it also looks a lot nicer to not have these huge freaking sights. The sight picture, I do prefer a U-notch rear if I am going to use iron sights. And like I said in the previous video, it does still co-witness. Instead of using the factory provided fibers, I did put some True Glows in there, so those do fit. Just make sure you look up whatever the size is for those. It should be posted on the 10.8 Performance website for the recommended front sight height, which I believe is like 180, no, 165 height or something like that. Don't quote me on that. Check the website. Check the website. Check the website. So yeah, this is going to be staying on the gun for the foreseeable future, and I will continue running it. And if I, like I said, if I have anything else, I'll go ahead and be sure to update you guys. Last data point, actually, like I said, my buddy, he had the issues initially, and then, like I said, I believe he's had a couple of hundred rounds after going to the 262 Loctite. If I didn't mention it already, I just want to make sure that that data point is in there, that I'm not the only one who has gone to this mounting solution, had the same issues. Apparently, I believe other people, from what I was reading in the comment section, also had some similar issues. Just check the comment section of the last video and read through it. I'm not quite sure if they used the recommended Loctite 262 and the proper application procedure, but check through it. But like I said, right now, my buddy as well as myself have had zero issues since going to that mounting solution. And aside from that, I think that is everything. Just a quick side note, if you guys are looking for footage from that class, per the media policy, I cannot post that footage. So I will say I will highly recommend doing training with Forge. I thoroughly enjoyed the class, learned a ton, took away quite a bit. If you guys are interested in hearing about that more, want to hear about an after action report, then just let me know, and I could do a video about that, talking about some of my takeaways without, diving too much into the procedures and the techniques and stuff like that. If you want to know more of the specifics with that stuff, go take the class. I will say that I did start with individual CQB. Per Chappie, he recommends that you start with small team, and I could see why during my experience with that course. There's a lot to cover and a lot that you have to do by yourself that otherwise you would be able to just split amongst your mates. So yeah, if you guys again want to hear more, just drop a comment down below and I could do a video on that stuff. Again, apologies for the delay. I've been nonstop since I came back from Ohio. I'm getting ready to ship out of state for some work, and wanted to go ahead and get this done. And like I said, been trying to iron some stuff out before I leave the state. And yeah, after that, I will continue to run it. I'll let you guys know if anything comes up. Sparta123 signing out.